Hey guys, it's been 2 months since I posted last video about this project, and actually this is such a long time that even I forgot what was the last video about, so I had to go and watch it myself again. And I watched it as a new video for me, it was interesting. And I find that I'm pretty funny guy. Anyways, so just to remind you quickly, for the 74 TR6 we had a rotten frame, so we had to source another one, and we went with KJ and picked up this rolling shell, which we have to return to the owner, the shell I mean, because we only bought the frame, but we couldn't remove it from the body there because it was in a backyard. So we brought it to the shop. Now we're gonna remove the body from the frame, all the suspension parts and everything. We're gonna keep only the frame, and we're gonna return the rest of the part to the owner. And this is our frame. It's in much better shape than the other one. It still has some issues. We were aware of that, but we were prepared. The usual rust on the trailer arms, but the owner also gave us the repair cross members for there. He bought them in order to repair it himself, but he never did. And the rest is in decent shape. We just have to clean it and de-rust it and see if it needs any other repairs, or it is ready to start our ground up restoration. So once we removed the body from the frame, we couldn't wait to start inspecting it further, so we grabbed our archaeologist's tools and started digging. And luckily we didn't find anything more than what we already knew about. So when I start repairing it, you will see what I'm talking about. And a couple of hours later, it already looked like that. KJ started stripping the suspension, but he was working in a very funny way. He was removing a whole corner at a time. He didn't take apart all the parts. He just removed the whole front left suspension, the whole front right suspension, etc. And on the next day or 2 days later, I don't remember, it already looked like that. We loaded it in a trailer, and all the parts from the suspension were in the trunk. So we said goodbye to this rusty beauty, which unfortunately will never become a car again. But now back to our rusty beauty. We left KJ to deal with the rust on the frame. Now I had something else that I wanted to see if we could fix, and that's the top. Because it looked very nice, it was in a decent shape, but the only thing was that it shrunk here on the side. And that was both sides, and it shrunk badly, like 2 inches in this area. But what I believe is that the binding on the sides is what shrunk, actually, not the whole top, but only the binding, because it was really stiff. At least that's what it felt. So I called Morteza, our trimmer, and I asked him to remove the binding, at least in these 2 areas. So he did, but also those snaps on the sides were broken. They were plastic ones. I've never seen plastic before. So I removed them, and we replaced them with metal ones. And then I asked Morteza to use the steamer and try to soften the fabric, the vinyl underneath, without the binding, and see if we would be able to stretch it and fasten the snaps. And that worked for the first snap, and we got really excited and kept going. Fixed the other two snaps on this side. Then a little bit more steam. And voila, it works like a charm. As my teacher in the sewing school, like 20 something years ago, was saying, the steam is the best friend of the sewer. And I will never forget that, because the steam is something amazing. It softens, it relaxes, and it does so many things to the fabric that if you know how to use it, it helps you a lot. But if you don't know, it hurts. This I know from experience. The last snap took us a little bit longer and it was harder to do, but it worked at the end. And there you go. We have a brand new top. It's really nice and tight, and I can't believe it's 30 or even more years old. We only have to repair the binding, but first we're gonna keep it on the car as long as possible so it stretches again and keeps this shape. You see how tight it is. And maybe in a couple of weeks or months we're gonna take it off and we're gonna fix the binding. Meanwhile, KJ kept digging into the frame. He derusted most of it. Just here where it was rotten and I had to replace those parts, I told him not to bother cleaning it. A few weeks later though, I had to fold the top only once for a while because I wanted to remove the dash. Jake was taking care of the 73 TR6 dash, and since he was doing that, we decided to take this dash out too, so he can do both of them together. A little bit later actually, we decided to take out John's dash too, and John brought us another one, so we had 4 dashes at the same time to be restored. So Jake is gonna take care of that. He's gonna show us a little bit of magic. That's probably gonna be in the next episode. So I marked all the wires before I disconnect them, just to be easier when I'm putting it together again, and removed it carefully. And this is what it looks like. It's all flaky and the clear coat is peeling and it's nasty. So that's kind of before, and hopefully soon we're gonna be able to see the after picture. And I just gave it a little sand, very careful, and then I passed them on to Jake. So when he starts working on them, I'm gonna shoot video of that too, and I'm gonna show you his magic. And even though there isn't much happening with this project, it is still moving because every morning I do this. I take some rusty parts and I dip them in my electrolysis bath. Then I turn the power on and I leave them for 24 hours until the next morning. And in the next morning when I take them out, they look like this. The rust is flaky and can be removed very easy. So what I do is I literally scrub the rust away with this hard brush, and then I quickly dry them, because if I leave them wet they are getting rusty in minutes. And then I prime them so they don't get rusty again. A little by little, every day, 5-6 parts. I'm not in a hurry because I still have other projects to work on, and by the time they are done, I believe I'm gonna be done with all the parts. These here are waiting to be derusted, and these are all suspension parts and all kinds of parts that have been derusted already and primed. It's a little mess, but I just don't have too much time for organizing them. Whatever is ready I just put on this pile. Well, that's the update on this project. It's moving very slow, but it's still moving, and hopefully soon I will be on it full steam. Thanks for watching, and see you in my next video.